Okay, and again, welcome to the webinar from design to reality, and we will use today RhinoArtisan and Keyshot for rendering. Okay, then great. That's the agenda for today. The idea is I will introduce and I will talk a little bit about RhinoArtisan, and we will talk about the new features that we have in 6.0. And just in a couple of hours, we will announce worldwide. Now it's on the website right now, but we'll send the e-news about the 6.1. Okay, version. Okay, then later we will do the exercise. The idea is we will this webinar will be full practical. Okay, and later questions and answers. The idea is now we'll talk a little bit about RhinoArtisan, and then we will share the screen to Joan, and I will be taking care about the chat in order to answer your questions. Okay, then that's what we will do today. We were discussing. Okay, we have just 30 minutes about practical exercises. Then we want to do a nice modeling, a nice rendering, show some problems, show how to solve it. Then that's why we decide to do that design. Okay. Then the first part we will talk about RhinoArtisan and we will model from scratch. Okay, we will create the classic ring, the thickness. We will project curves. You will see. It's really nice. Okay. And the second part it will be full Keyshot. Okay. Then we will see how synchronize RhinoArtisan with Keyshot, and you will see. We were doing this webinar, and it's really exciting. Okay, then before to talk about RhinoArtisan, I would like to talk about Keyshot. For sure, most of you know what's Keyshot. Well, Keyshot is a rendering software. It's an amazing rendering software. Okay, and you will see that the results are really professional. Okay, and I would like to say extremely easy to use. Okay, probably when you have more experience, it's more easy to use. But you will see, is super intuitive, at least for me. Okay, then well, I would like to share with you some examples doing okay with RhinoArtisan. We have that in YouTube, because maybe in the streaming it's not showing the correct colors, and now I'm seeing the screen of Joan and I see that it's like okay, like but you have all that in 4K on YouTube, and you will see that okay, it's really yeah. Then good. Let's continue with RhinoArtisan, and I imagine that most of you also knows RhinoArtisan. I will talk about what is RhinoArtisan and the news, but this webinar is for medium level people. Okay, if you never use it, RhinoArtisan, you will enjoy it, but you will see that is wow. Okay, then if you have some experience in RhinoArtisan, you will enjoy a lot. Okay, and I would like that also in the chat ask things and say, hey, why do you do it that way, and blah blah blah. Okay, I think that's the best thing to do in real life. This is not just a video. Okay, then well, what is RhinoArtisan? Probably you know, it's a software for 3D modeling for jewelry design and manufacturing. Okay, that's also important. It's design, but also it's manufacturing. Okay, then RhinoArtisan is developed for 2Shapes Technologies, our company, and well, bring on the legacy of RhinoGold. RhinoGold was my old project. In 2018, we start with RhinoArtisan and 2Shapes. Okay. Then this software is focused completely for jewelry. Okay. What means that? that every single command that we do is focused on jewelry. It's not that we need to do that for shoemakers and for mold makers, and no, it's everything is for jewelers. Okay. Then one interesting thing, it's a parametrical software. Then we say, I like the word, it's a fairly parametrical software because we love Rhino. We use Rhino for a lot of years, probably too much years. And I like the workflow of Rhino. And I don't want, with RhinoArtisan, change the workflow of the users. For that reason, the way that you design in RhinoArtisan is like in Rhino, and that's really cool. Okay, because Rhino is a really nice workflow software. Okay, then other thing is the time to market. We're really obsessed with the time to market. We know that not only the designers but also the retailers and the manufacturers that they are our clients. They cannot invest 2 weeks to create a model. Okay, then for that reason, we create the parametric functionalities, but also we create all these ready-to-use elements in order to get an element, modify it, and get new ones. Okay, I think that we cannot invest 10 minutes to create a bezel. Okay, then or a basket or a shank or okay, and that's the thing. You have hundreds of designs, you pick one, or you start from scratch and create what you want. Okay. Also, the web of egg. Okay, a RhinoArtisan has their own rendering system. It's based on cycles. Okay, Rhino is the cycles is the default rendering of Rhino, and on top of that, we create a render. Okay, then I can render without Keyshot. Yes, you can render without Keyshot, but you will see the results in most of the cases are better in Keyshot. Okay, it's in other cases no. We can get the same quality, but maybe it's more time. Okay, I think it's good that you know that there are multiple options, and for that reason we create that webinar of Keyshot. Okay, for example, Joan is a Keyshot lover for years. Okay, then and the people who love Keyshot love Keyshot. It's like okay, but anyway, I go okay. I continue. Then the thing is, anything is ready for production. Okay, and now with the new 6.1, let me just artisan.com. Okay, now in Discover, you will see that there's now the new functionality of 6.1. Okay, and this new version we released in October 6.0, but this new version, okay, let me close here. This new version was 3 months later. Okay, and you will see that we have a new automatic STL repair. We have yes, it's automatic nesting, the supports, a scaling ring for production. Okay, a spruce. We have a lot of things. I saw the videos, and maybe I think there are not still in YouTube, probably in Vimeo. But we add a lot of things only in 3 months. Okay, but okay, I think I can point. I'm all day jumping to. Okay, then about functionalities of Keyshot, I will go really fast. Okay, sorry, about RhinoArtisan. You have functionalities for I think probably everything: eternity rings, clusters, halos, pavés, prongs. Okay. Also, we added a lot of functionalities for stones, not only for baguette but also for microsetting, stones arrangements. Okay, I want to start from one size to another size and create a gradient. Okay, it must be super fast. Also, this really nice to convert circles to stones. Okay. Also for stone management and reporting. Okay, create list, create gens maps. Okay, the gens map is the map for the setter. Okay, export to Excel, integration with Keyshot, you will see. Okay, lighting on ground, pair, this is for rendering, really nice. Curator, this is the libraries of Curator, and that's really, really cool. And we are publishing new collection because Curator is for managed designs, your designs, and also the customer, your designs as designer, but also you can download libraries. And we have a lot of libraries in the website that you can download, okay, and use it. Okay, and a lot of things. Okay, apply style to adapt parts to other parts. Connection with a lot of 3D printers. And also this is really interesting. We have two interfaces. You have the Rhino interface. Yeah, Rafa, but my Rhino is not black. This is a new functionality of Rhino 8. But if you don't have in light mode, in the default mode, you will see it also. Yeah, the black is much better for your eyes. I think it's and the RhinoArtisan interface. Okay, then what I told you about Creator, you have a lot of libraries of designs that you can download and use it. Okay. Also, that's really cool. We have a global community of designers, and I'm really proud about that. That we have customers worldwide. Okay, really, really worldwide. Okay, and that's really, really nice. Okay. Also, another thing is how I can learn the software. That's really, really cool. We rebuilt for RhinoArtisan C. We rebuilt all the learning platform, and that's really cool. We have right now. I think we have like 6 courses. Okay. I think this snapshot is old because all of them are completely free. All of them are completely free, and you can see that the interface is super clean. It's focused on models. Then I recommend you that you do it. Okay, because when you come to learn, okay. Here in Learn, you can find the courses. Okay. We published one day ago, yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago, the organic 1 sub D. Okay. But we have the quick start for beginners. And okay. Then the thing is, you can start with the courses. You can go to tutorials, or you can go to video tutorials. It's up to you. Okay. If you want to go to tutorials, okay, and you have all the designs, okay, in tutorials, okay, and also in videos. Then courses, all the courses are certificated. If you do the course, when you finish, you get the certification, and tutorials and videos, and also the documentation. But the documentation is more talking about this command. Okay, I want to know exactly what do this parameter. Okay, then okay, and go super fast. Okay, also the videos. You have all these videos. We have about 300 videos. Okay, and the good thing is we offer technical support. That's important. Then you can write us to support@rhinoartisan.com, or you can call us in Europe. We have the Zaragoza is where our headquarters, Zaragoza, Spain. But also we have numbers in New York. Okay, then it's up to you. You can call once, or okay, or send us an email. Most of the cases, the best thing is the email. Also, we have chat on the web, but we don't offer support on the chat on the web, because if not, we will become crazy. But the best thing in most of the cases, if the house is burning, call us. But in most of the cases, it's better to use support, because if you can attach a picture, you can attach something to help us to answer it, it's much better. Also, we offer onboarding. Then, okay, I want that you help me to install RhinoArtisan. I would like to see a little bit about RhinoArtisan. then okay, you can book on the website a meeting. About pricing, we have two prices. Is full perpetual license. Okay, this is not subscription. It doesn't expire. You can use it all your life, and also your children's and the son of the children's and everyone. Okay, then the thing is, what I want to say is this is a perpetual license that you can use always. Okay, it's perpetual, like Rhino. Then we have two prices. One price is without Rhino, another with Rhino. Okay, if you don't have Rhino, you have that version, and if you are a user of Rhino, it's 1,000 euros less. Okay. Excellent. Then now start the funny part of the webinar. Okay. Then for that, I think I will stop to share. Okay. Yeah, you can unmute you.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me? I'm going to share my screen.
Okay, Joan, now, yeah.
Okay.
I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
No.
Hello, hello. No?
No.
No?
It's like. Okay. I think. Guys, can you hear to Joan?
Hello, hello. Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
The people is doing
Yes.
like this.
Like this? Okay. Okay. Cool.
Then
So let me open my Rhino session. So we are going to build that that rig that you have seen in the cover in the presentation that Rafa has shown, and that ring with the 3 setting areas. So I'm going to start with the our classic command. Let me put the shade mode so we can see it better. And I'm going to select this first option, and I'm going to modify it. I'm going to activate the lower profile, and I'm going to change some of the parameters. And I'm also going to modify the upper profile. I can keep this aside so you can see how the design changes in real time while I'm modifying the profile. And I'm trying to make this tangent and add another point here to make it more square with rounded corners. And I'm also going to change the parameters. I want to make it hollow in the inside, so something like this is going to work. So with this tool, it's very quick to build the shank. So now we are going to change the construction layer. So I'm going to take this magenta layer and build some circles here in the construction plane. I'm going to build another one of 4 mm. First is 8 mm, the second is 6, and I'm going to project them on the ring. I'm going to unselect the ones that I'm interested with and remove the other ones. And with this curve, I'm going to trim this part, and with the smaller one, the inner part of the ring. And I'm going to create a loft surface like this. Change this like this. Okay. And I'm going to select it, select the ring, and join it. Okay. So now I'm going to do the same to create the 2 other setting areas on the sides. So I'm going to change the layer. I'm going to create now the circles here on the construction plane also. On the 0 origin, first is 6 mm, the second is 3.25 mm. And I want them to orient those curves here on the side. So in order to do that, I'm going to create a nice curve that is going to help me on that purpose. So now that I have the curve, I'm taking these two, and with the orient command, I select the center as a base and a reference point, one of the quads of the circle. I select the ring, and now I can choose a point near this isocurve I created before, something like here. Okay, I have the curves. I select one of them and activate the auto construction plane. And now the construction plane is oriented on this curve. So I can project these two curves on the ring. So as I did before, I unselect those two, remove the other ones, and I'm going to use these curves to trim the surface this way. So now I can make another loft surface like this. And before joining it, I'm going to deactivate the auto C plane. I'm going to reflect all of this to the other side with the mirror tool and with Y axis. And I can now cut or trim, as I did on the other side, those surfaces. So now that it's done, I can select them, select the ring, and join all of them. So before continuing to build the channels where the stones are going to be set, I'm going to increase a little bit the thickness on the inner side in order to give more metal for the cutters. Otherwise, it's going to get too thin. So for that, I'm going to solve it and use these curves that we have projected here.
Because the problem here is too thin, right?
Yeah, the thing is that when we are going to cut it, it's going to get too thin. So we increase a little bit the thickness in those areas. Okay, it's done. Okay, and I'm going to move a little bit just to be able to make a Boolean union. Okay, now it's one piece, and I can continue to construct the channel where the stones are going to be set. So for that, I'm going to make an offset of this curve and to flip the direction and in a distance of 0.5 mm, and make sure that this curve is closed by typing close curve. And
because you do offset on surface.
Offset on surface. Yes.
Okay, in some cases, what do the offset is open.
Yeah. So when we have these two curves, we can create the loft also. We can do it this way. And once the surface is created, I can offset it in both sides.
Okay.
And with a distance of 0.3 in this side. So now I can make the Boolean difference with that element that we have just created, and we have created the channel. So now we are going to distribute the gemstones. How? We are going to build an isocurve in the Y direction. here in the middle, and using the gem sound curve command, we give the curve and we give this surface as the orientation surface. So the stones of 1.5 mm are okay, and we can activate the prongs, and this is very useful.
This functionality is new in 6.1.
Yes, this is it's been released in today's update.
I see.
So it's a new functionality.
Then the
Very
gem
useful.
prongs. Okay.
So the prongs come automatically, and also we can build the cutters. Everything inside the same command. We can build the stones, the prongs, and the cutters. We have different cutters. We select this one without the tail. We change this, and we can accept. And before doing the Boolean difference of these cutters, let's distribute the stones on the other two sides of the ring. So let's repeat the operation. Let's do the offset curve on surface. Flip the direction of mm. Make sure that this curve is closed. Okay, let's make a loft surface with this and this curve. Okay, we select the surface that we have just created. We can offset. And see what happened here. It happened before.
Yeah, because okay, the problem is if you do the zoom,
yes,
it
has created
the
here.
If it's open, then it creates like in the middle, like a surface.
Yes, there's an extra surface in the middle, so it's not going to allow me to make the Boolean because this is
very typical.
Yes.
Then
so
how you can solve that?
So we are going to construct the loft surface in another way.
Then the point is, if you do the loft and the loft is not closed, when you do the offset has a middle surface. Okay.
Yeah, it happened again.
Okay, you see that is in the middle surface.
Yes. See, this surface is not proper. So
okay, that it means one of the two curves of the loft is open. No.
Yeah, it's open and it has sometimes it has a lot of points, so it's not allowing you to create it. So I'm going to build it with more. Let me try this way.
Okay.
Okay. No, it's okay. I have increased the refit.
You see that you don't see the issue.
There's no surface in the inside, so that indicates that it's well constructed. So there's not going to be any problem while doing the Boolean operation. So let me reflect this because we are going to need it also on the other side. So with this mirror tool, I can reflect it, and now I can make the Boolean operation. And now we have the two channels for the two setting areas. Nice. And let's go into repeat the operation as we did for the central setting area. We are going to extract the isocurve on the inside here. And here we are going to distribute the diamonds. In this case, it's going to be much smaller diamonds of 1.1. We are going to apply also the prongs.
Yes, now which gets the orientation. You need to select the surface.
Oh yeah. I need to select this surface as the orientation surface. That's correct.
Nice.
I'm going to reduce the height below the girdle and over the girdle with 0.1 since we are building this ring for the rendering is okay. And I'm going to add also the cutters, selecting this one without the tail and activating. Okay, so now I can sell the last thing we have created and reflect it to the other side of the ring. So now we can make the boolean of all the cutters we have built it. So
because the command create the group automatically.
exactly, with the group with the prongs, the stones, and the cutters. So
Okay,
I'm
then-
going to, last step is to
Safe or not?
boolean,
Okay.
make a boolean of the prongs and the main part of the ring. A lot of prongs, it takes a while. Done. Okay. So now the design is done. We can hide the curves, for example, and let's going to save it. Save as on the here. Let's new ring. Save it here on the desktop. So now we can push it. It's ready to be pushed to Keyshot. So for that, we are going to rendering and live linking. And by pressing this command, a new Keyshot session is going to be opened with our model.
Yeah. The thing is, we recommend when you use Keyshot, click on GPU, okay?
Yeah.
Because then it's using the graphic card.
And then it uses the graphic card to make all the render on all the processes. So I like to do it in certain order. The things here in Keyshot. The first thing is to go to the scene and place the ring in the floor. So I can set the camera to look at the ring. And the first thing for me is to apply the material. So we have created some materials.
Yeah, we have some RhinoArtisan materials. Keyshot has their own materials.
Keyshot has their own, but on
Yeah.
those materials we have created multi-materials that for the same material. For example, this one has the white gold, the yellow gold color, the pink
Yeah.
color, the black rhodium color also.
I think I don't know. I think it's in 2 weeks, something like that. We will announce in the website. We will publish all the materials.
All those are going to be published in our website, so you can
Yeah.
download them and use
I
them.
think it's because if you click on RhinoArtisan materials,
Yeah,
you'll see.
here we have created a large collection. There are Keyshot has their own, but we have created some special colors like this blue topaz, London blue, this blue tourmaline, the citrine, this Paraiba tourmaline, so many, including this malachite, very different materials. I think it's very useful. So, for example, for this webinar, we have created this sabrite that I like very much, and just by dragging it to the stones, it's applied. So I'm going to make a little modification here. If we look closer, the edges are very sharp, so it's very easy to round them. We select here on the scene the element, and on properties we go down and change the radius to 1.7, 0.17, so I get rounded edges.
Okay, then this functionality
Round all the sharp edges that finds in the model.
Why do you do that?
Because in the real life, in the real nature, any corner is sharp. Everything when we polish a ring, we get these rounded edges, and so it looks more natural. It looks more realistic once we apply the lights and the environment.
That
So
0.2 is the value that you use it?
approximately to that, I have applied in this case 0.17. We can apply, if we apply 0.2, is going to be also okay, but in some cases it's too much. So I prefer to keep it a little bit lower. We can use also this slider. So more or less,
I see.
wow. 0.17 is okay.
Wow.
So it's time, I think, to add more elements to the scene to make it more realistic. So I'm going to import this display. This orientation.
That's I think
It's okay.
this point. Sorry, I interrupt you. By default, if you import, in some cases, the design is rotated.
Yes, it depends on the software you are creating. Here it opens this dialog. By default, it comes in Y, but if you import it from a piece that it's made in Rhino, it's better that you choose the set for
Okay.
the set axis. Okay.
Excellent.
So again, I'm going to place this element on the floor. This is this one. Move to on the floor.
Okay.
And before moving the ring, let me apply some materials. I'm going to
Then the thing is, you got the display and you align it to
exactly to the floor.
and then it's in order to see all the shadows and
Exactly on the floor is going all the shadows that the elements that we have in the scene creates are projected on the floor. So if the element is below the floor, let me move it. It's going to create like a strange thing that no one is going to believe. So if we click on here on the ground, it's going to be seated on the ground. Okay. So now I have added a brass material, and for these pillows, I'm going to apply this leather material, and it's time to move a ring. So
okay. Then here you have the gamble, like in
we have the gamble to scale, to rotate it. Sometimes by default, the rotation comes deactivated. We just have to activate it by clicking on here, and with the gambles we can move it. We have another very interesting option that it's this button here that is settle, and it calculates all the physics of the piece, and it sits automatically the piece to the lower element on the scene, but it takes some time. The first time you do that, it calculates a lot of things, and it takes. So I think it's not okay for the webinar.
Yeah,
I do not want to.
In the previous test that we were doing, it was about 4 minutes.
Say something like that. Something like that. Yeah. So now I want to make some modifications on the design, because I want the inner surface to change the color to emphasize the stones. And a good practice for that is to apply a black rhodium to those small setting areas. So for that, I'm going back to the Rhino, to our Rhino session, and make some changes here. I'm going to solid and extract surface, and I'm going to draw a window like this and mark those surfaces. I'm interested just on the surfaces of the setting area. So I'm going to unselect all of that.
Then the idea is you are copying all the base surface.
Exactly. The prongs and the base where the stones are seated. Takes a while. This one. And something like this. This one also. I'm not interested. Okay.
The thing is, you selected all the surfaces.
And then did by pressing Shift and with the mouse, I'm unselecting. So these are the areas I'm interested with. Right button, and I change the layer of them.
Okay, then the concept is you got the solid, you do the copy of the surfaces, and then you move it to another.
Exactly.
layer.
So now if we hide this layer, I'm hiding the layer of the setting area.
I see.
If If I activate this layer and hide the other one, I hide the rest of the piece. So now I have two separate areas. So in rendering, I can update the scene in Keyshot.
Okay.
So now if I go back to Keyshot, now I have another layer here. So if I
Okay, and you don't need to move it again and
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So now what I do here, first thing is to unlink the material from this layer because they have the same material.
I see.
I unlink it, select one of them, double click it, and this is a multi-material. This is what I told you before. This material has the yellow color, the pink color, the white, and I will select the black rhodium.
Okay, then you have some materials, you can define some materials that contains multiple materials.
Exactly. So I select this one that I have changed, copy the material, select the whole layer, and paste the material. Now all the inner surfaces are applied with black rhodium. So I want to make another small change in the Rhino. I want to separate a little bit the stones from the setting area, and for that I'm going to Rhino. I'm going to push on 0.1.
Okay, then you are moving
In its Z axis those stones. If you look closer, those stones are seated exactly on the, but this is not in the, it doesn't happen in the real world. So I'm moving them just 0.1, and it's going to be more realistic. And since this is a reflection of those, it also gets moved. I update again the scene, and you see the result is a little bit more realistic.
Wow.
Okay. So now I'm going to create a copy of this. I'm going to duplicate by clicking on with the right button. A new menu opens, and click on duplicate, and I'll automatically ask us if we want to move the design here on the side. If before I push here on settle, I would activate that command, and it will sit automatically on the floor. But I think it's going to be faster.
Wow.
To make it a little bit by hand. Okay. I think more or less it's okay. So now I'm going back to our Rhino session because I want to change the colors of the stones. So, but all of them are on the same layer. So I'm going to separate and select those. These ones, the center ones, are going to be in this layer.
Okay.
Then I'm going to select these ones are going to be in this layer, and these ones are going to be in this other layer. And I'm going to update the scene. And now we see that just one of the layers keeps the material, and the other ones have. But since we have them separate here, we can change the colors. For the one that I have here on the top, I want to keep them this. I'm going back to and select the layers and link the layers. And now I can apply to each and every layer one of those materials by dragging it to the layer.
Okay, you can drag on the object, and also you can drag
also on the list of the scene. Okay.
Wow.
So now it begins to look good. Like it?
A lot. Wow. It was
Okay.
like 20 minutes. 20
Yeah. But now we could get more effects by
Yeah.
adding more
lighting.
lining and adding some
Okay.
real focus and all of that.
Okay, was really, really nice. I was checking the chat. It was one question. Was one comment that say in the loft also you can use sweep by two rails in order to create a surface.
Exactly.
Yes, of course.
Another way. Another way, of course.
And the other thing is, will be the fillet only apply for rendering? Yes. No.
Yes, that's it.
Because at the end of the day, if you print it and you cast it, it will come with a 0.2.
Exactly.
Really
At the time of making the filing in the workshop to the piece, you're not going to get a sharp, 100% sharp edge. You're going to be also when you polish the piece, you're going to be a little bit rounded edges. So if we get close to the image, see the change between these rounded edges, and if I put this in 0, this is not looking real. But if I change it back, and also we get another kind of reflection here.
Then no, the fillets, it was a question. The fillet need to be applied also the 3D printer file? No, it's to cast. Yeah, you print it and the reason why we apply on the render is because it's to feel you that it's more realistic. Because
Exactly.
Then okay. Then I think that we probably is the first time on a webinar that we are on time.
Yeah.
That's wow. Then well, I don't know if you have any other question. If not, I guess that we are pretty done. Okay. Then let me share the screen. Yeah, it was let me I'm sharing. Let me okay, it was a question that it will be recorded in video. Yeah, in theory, and I hope when we finish the webinar, after a couple of hours, the platform will render this video and it will be available. Okay, then yeah, I hope so. Okay, then I don't know. You have any other question? Then if not, you know that always you can. I don't know. My camera is not.
I think I'm still sharing the.
No. The thing is, we are sharing the micro. Okay, I will do like this. We share the micro and the Juan micro. Then the system thinks that you are talking all the time. Not me. For that reason, don't show my camera. But anyway, it's much better that the camera focuses on me. Then guys, thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. Please send us a feedback. Send us an email or okay, and tell us, okay, it was too easy, it was too complicated, we want more, we want less.
If you want to make an advanced one with adding lights and more materials,
then things that we are extremely boring in the office, then just we need to put that the people request us things. Then again, thank you very much for your time, and thank you, Juan, for this. Okay, I think it's crazy that in 20 minutes to show that. I know that it was a lot of hours of doing that exercise and everything. Thank you very much, Juan. And that's all for today. Thank you very much to all the assistants, and let's see you on the next
See you
webinar.
in the next one. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.